My name is Robert Dorn. I'm from the Crystal Lake area, and I was in the military in 1967, 1968, 1969. I went through the ROTC program at college, went directly into the military, spent 2 years in Germany, and then I got a chance to tour Southeast Asia in 1969. I got there in January 69, right after Tet, and then I got out in January 1970. The retreat that I attended at the Bellarmine was completely different than other retreats that I've been to. The connection between your experience and faith is really, really important. And the deeper I got into this whole situation with our own retreat, it's quite obvious that the key or the glue that holds everything together is actually the light of Christ.
I led a guided prayer of imagination one time. And in that prayer, I invited people to imagine that they were going to Bethlehem and that they were holding the baby Jesus in the cave. St. Ignatius taught us to pray with imagination, so I was leading a guided meditation. And there was one man that came up to me after the meditation and he said, "Father, I have to share something with you." He said, "I was a Vietnam vet. I served there, and our unit firebombed the village. And for 40 years, I've been haunted by the memory of mothers with their babies screaming, coming out of the village with their babies badly burned, their clothes on fire." He said, "I haven't been able to sleep at night. I'm haunted by what we did." But he said, when I held that child Jesus in my arms, I looked down and suddenly Jesus turned into this badly burned Vietnamese baby. I was horrified, but the child looked up at me and said, "I forgive you. I forgive you." He said, "Father, something has changed inside me. I know I've been forgiven for what I did. I'm not proud of what I did, but I know I can sleep at night, that through God's grace, those children, through the grace of Christ, has given me the power to be able to forgive myself and to receive their forgiveness."
The healing process for moral injury is it's more difficult, I believe, because you don't see that wound. The moral injury just kind of hangs in there, and people are being treated for PTSD when they in fact have moral injury. And it's a spiritual healing that'll take place, and that goes back to our original conversation about how important is the spiritual aspect of healing, and moral injury, that is the place of healing, to be able to understand the forgiveness, where that forgiveness comes from, and how that forgiveness can gives you a peace. My best recommendation that I can make for others who have not been in a retreat: don't pass up the opportunity.